Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Subs back in the motherfucking place to be. La Merca Superior Palace 81. I think I gotta move the camera so it's more centered. Yeah. You know what I mean? Over the weekend, it was kind of hectic, man. You know, we fucking had the whole house filled to do the appliances and the cleaning and shit like that. Let me lower this down just a little bit. There you go. Over the weekend, we had some work done over the house. I don't know what the fuck really for. You know what I mean? Well, I know what it was for, but basically, like the water heater, some of the water was leaking in the pipes, and I could barely hear myself in the Okay, here we go. All right, perfect. All right, so we had like a leak in the water heater. There was water spraying out of the pipes, and so we had a contractor come over here and work on it like over the course of like 4 fucking days. Bruh, and that shit was lame, bruh. Like, the kind of person I am, I'm a Capricorn, so, you know, I need my solitude, my solitary confinement within a certain area. And I was just constantly bombarded with the fucking whole, like, work that they were doing, knocking the wall down, getting the drywall up. They had the door open the whole time. They had the fucking front door open the whole time, so fucking flies were getting in this shit, making it look like Louisiana. That shit was fucking lame, bro. I don't know. I wanted to tell them, like, yo, try to keep the door closed, but it wouldn't have mattered because they kept coming in and out of the garage because they had all, like, their work shit in the garage. They were fixing the wall because the water had rotted the wall out, the drywall. They had to repaint. Put the drywall, put new drywall in, new pipes and everything like that. And I couldn't even, they had to disconnect the washer and the dryer because it happened, because where the water heater was is right next to the washer and the dryer. So they had to unplug the washer and the dryer, and I had to basically fucking I had to wash my clothes old school style, like the 1800s, bro. Like, I basically filled up an ice chest full of water and what's that soap, detergent or whatever the fuck it is, the soap you use to wash. And I literally got on my hands and I was mixing that shit myself. And that shit, it made me just realize, like, bro, like, we're a fucking first world country, and not a lot of countries have washers and dryers. So I'm over here like first world problems. Oh, I gotta wash and dry my own shit. That was a whole process. It took like a whole day to wash and then a whole nother day to fully dry my clothes. That was kind of annoying, but it made me appreciate, you know what I mean? There's seldom few countries where you actually have machines to wash this shit and dry it for you. A lot of people got to go to laundromats. They got to go fucking... They don't have the luxury of doing that, you know, unless you have an apartment where it's there. But even then, it's kind of like you have the luxury of having this shit in your house or your home or whatever you're at. So I just basically did that over the weekend. I did a episode with One Voice. That's going to come out in 2 weeks because next week we're doing the Special Forces episode. You all right, buddy? Because you just interrupted the whole program, buddy. What the fuck? You good? All right. So anyway, uh, actually, this is Special Forces. I'm over here getting ahead of myself. This is Special Forces numero 50. Yes. So Special Forces is the album that I made with Dajamah. And it's kind of like, I don't know, like I kind of feel iffy about it. Not like the music, but just because like we were going to do a whole album and he backed out of it. Like we were gonna do a whole album, and then we're all right. So we're doing a whole album together, and then in the process of that, he comes out with an album with like these random dudes. So I kind of was like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of iffy with me. Like you don't need to tell me that you're doing an album with somebody, but don't do an album with somebody and then back out of my shit because you think you're not gonna get any fame or recognition from another endeavor. Like what does that got to do with our shit? You know what I mean? Like apples and oranges. So with Dajamah, I just feel like it was kind of like, not that there's an issue, but it was just kind of, it said a lot about like him, you know what I mean, and what he really values. Like he really values that clout and views and likes and all that bullshit. That doesn't mean shit to me. Like if you like it, that's cool. Like it's not a big thing with me, but for me personally, I'm in this shit for the music. All the other shit, the social media metrics, as they say, it really doesn't got dick to do with me. Pause. So that kind of was like, wow, you know what I mean? What does that have to do with anything? Like, and like, if you do an album with somebody and their shit flops, maybe that has something to do more with them than anybody else. But he went ahead and told me, you know, I don't know, fucking, I want to do this album with you. You know what I mean? And then he tells me, now I gotta pay for the beats and shit, which that's fine, bro. Like, that's not really a big deal. But then he's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to charge you now and all this shit for using my beats. And I thought that was really lame. Like, don't do that, bro. Like, when we do an album, when we're gonna do an album together, bro, don't, because I'm not rapping for free. That's the thing. A lot of producers, they feel like rappers are rapping for free, and a lot of rappers are. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I'm not one of these dudes that's gonna be, you know, oh, bro, let me rap over your beats. I'm rappity rap, and fucking, you know, I'm just gonna finesse niggas for their beats and shit like that. Because a lot of people do that. A lot of rappers just want to take as many beats as they can, work with as many artists as they can, just to make music, which is the whole point. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. If you're gonna if you are an up and coming artist, rapper, or whatever, you do need to do that. I did that. A lot of rappers need to do that. You need to tap into different styles, different artists, and just the better thing you would want to do though is actually connect and have relationships with these artists so you can actually build a rapport, make newer beats, and get your work done better that way. Don't just be snatching up beats like I was doing. Don't be like me. I was just snatching everybody's beats, which not everybody gets the luxury of not doing that. You know, if you need to do that to make music, I would do that. Just because you need to gain experience, you need to gain more of a handle on your craft, because not everybody is gonna be like in the same situation. Not everybody's gonna have producers to produce their albums for them. So that was just me. That's just me. But with the whole like Special Forces thing, that's why it kind of puts a sour taste in my mouth, because it's like I had a whole idea fleshed out of Special Forces. Basically, the album was speaking on like the Mexican military, Special Forces, and kind of speaking on like the corruption and things of that nature. I'm not gonna get too specific on it, and I did it in the music just because we're not too far from south of the border, and you know, I don't play with anything illegal or like gang, drug related, cartel related, because this is like really serious shit, and I kind of wanted to just make an album based on that. And I had a whole idea. I had a whole 9-track album planned out in my head, and it was really gonna be something, bro, that I thought was gonna be special. And then 4 tracks in, Dajamah's like, nah, I don't want to do it anymore, which is fine. You know, with the 4 tracks, I think I got like a good idea. Maybe I got like the backbone of the album of what I wanted it to be, but it just wasn't what I wanted. You know what I mean? But it's fine. You know, I don't really care. I paid for the beats. I got them published, so it's fine. So they're mine now. You get what I mean? When you like, don't make me feel finesse. Like, don't be trying to come like. And I don't think he meant to finesse me. It's just that's what it happened. He started doing the album with me, started doing the album with someone else. When their album fucking didn't do whatever he thought was gonna do, then he went to me and wanted money because he fucking felt like whatever. And it's just, I kind of think that's lame, to keep it real. I kind of think that's like, it makes me look at you a certain way. And I don't know if I'm gonna do any more. Like, if I do business with him, it's gonna be to buy a beat. But that shit, like, I don't really want to build anything more than that with the homie, just because it's kind of like, don't do that. You know, I just feel like I kind of got finessed a little bit, which I know I did it. It's just kind of what just transpired. But I feel like it's a learning lesson for me, and why I should kind of just be more selective with who I work with, because not everybody wants to work with you. There's so many producers that are just in it for the money, in it for the clout, in it for themselves. You get what I mean? And it's a dog eat dog world. I'm not trying to down anybody, but you know, how you elevate in this game, how you level up is basically by networking and connecting and kind of sharing and breaking bread, bro. Because this whole money, the quick cash, the fast cash money grab shit, it doesn't last long, bro. Trust me. That shit ruins more relationships than you would think. You thinking you're just making beats and selling them, but no, you're missing out on a lot of interconnecting and just building relationships with people that you could have done far more successful business with. So that's how I feel about it. But other than that, bro, Special Forces is like one of my favorite albums that I've made. I'm spitting double time on it. I'm spitting fast. I'm spitting slow. It just, you know, we got like, there's like a trap track on there. I got some old school shit on there. There's only 4 tracks, so I think it's a really solid body of work that I did. And it just reminded me that I haven't done an EP in years, bro. Like, I don't know when's the last time I did an EP. The last EP I did was probably Worthless Versus EP, which was like 2016. Oh no, Mufasa EP, which was 2016. Yeah. Actually, Worthless Versus came out after that. I think 795 EP with Mufasa was in April, and then Worthless Versus EP was in June, so 2 months after that. And speaking of Mufasa, guess who calls me yesterday? Mufasa. And it's just funny, you know what I mean? Like, he calls me and he's like, yeah, bro, I'm just calling you because we wouldn't have talked to each other if I didn't call you. And like, I thought that was some funny shit, because he told me, he's like, yeah, here's my number. Call me, because I didn't have his number. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I shot him a text. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to text him. He's going to text me back, and then we going to call each other at some point. But he wanted me to call him. I don't know. Mufasa's like really, really weird with things, like with certain things, bro. Like, he wanted me to call him, but he called me anyway. So we just started chopping it up, and I haven't really got to talk to him in like years, bro. Like, seriously, like 3 years I haven't talked to him. So it was really cool, man. We just started. I kind of thought at first we were going to talk about a whole bunch of deep shit that transpired privately in our personal lives, but we really didn't, man. We started talking about Dragon Ball Z. He's collected Pokemon cards. Some, you know, my car's fucked up. His car's fucked up. He wanted to make some music, so I was really happy about that. So Mufasa, you're going to see Mufasa very, very soon. Either on, you know, I want him to build his own thing, you know what I mean? Like, he got his own SoundCloud, but fuck SoundCloud. I want him to make his own YouTube I want him to get his own YouTube set up. We're going to make more music. I want him to build his own thing going on, you know what I mean? So it's not like he's reliant on me solely, you know what I mean? Because, you know, he's doing his own thing, but I really want him to do his own thing by himself. Like, kind of like teach him how to work the program on Logic or whatever, Ableton, how to engineer, record. Like, I think I'm really gonna take this time now that we have kind of like we're talking again, and I'm just gonna kind of take the time to show him how to really do this shit from the ground up himself, because I think he has like a MacBook and shit, and that's all you need. All you need is a MacBook and a mic, bruh, at first. But then, you know, you got to upgrade. Like me, I got the preamp, the amp, the condenser mic, the mic stand, the little foam windscreen. You can't see it because I don't like the mic. I didn't like how the mic was looking in the episode, so I'm going to try to hide the mic. But it's weird because, like, you could barely see, like, my hand movements. You could see, like, only half of them. So I'm really going to have to try to... But I want to get a camera soon, so this is on the phone. So this is going to be, like, one of the few episodes where I have it on the phone, because I'm really seriously thinking about getting a camera very soon. But with Mufasa, he wanted some beats, so I sent him some beats. Really dope beats. Like, I think I sent him like 4 of my beats, one of which for sure he heard, and then some other stuff that I got off of these YouTube. A lot of YouTube producers that is coming out right now was fucking fire. Like, a lot of these guys are making Michigan style, Brooklyn drill, Chicago drill, like a bunch of different music. You know, you even have like the Sting Team type beats, like the new LA Bay Area sound, which I really applaud these young kids that are out here making it happen, because you really gotta be tapped in with the culture, and a lot of rappers aren't, you know what I mean? Like, they're in tune with what they like, you know, the old school 90s shit, the fucking Lil Wayne, Drake type beats, but you really gotta find who's making the new sound. You get what I mean? And that's what I've always done. Like, I've always felt like I was ahead of my time, from the lo-fi shit, from the rapping triplet flow over underground beats type shit. Like, I've always been on what the new wave is, because you never want to be that fucking old dude that, oh, this music sounds whack, dog. Like, fucking, why does all this shit sound lame? Like, oh, this shit sounds stupid, dog. Like, you never want to be that old ass dude in the back just popping shit, because the young ones are going to tell you to shut the fuck up, mind your business. This is what the wave is now, and that's just how the ball gets fucking moving. So shout out to my cousin Mufasa. I'm going to get him on the podcast soon. We're going to connect. We're going to do music. We're going to do all that shit, videos, more content coming soon. Definitely, bro. So shout out to cuz Mufasa. I've been playing Arkham Asylum. I finished Arkham Asylum, got all the riddles. Arkham Asylum is an awesome game. Fucking phenomenal story. Arkham City, I'm almost done. I think I'm on the last mission of Arkham City. Really love Arkham City. And I love how, you know, because Arkham Asylum is kind of like a game where you're just kind of in one area. You're in the asylum, so you're just like in this one big area, and you go into the buildings. Versus Arkham City, it's kind of the same thing, but it's more like expanded. So there's like big buildings you could zip up on and shit. There's like, you could soar, you could glide with the back cape or whatever. He's got more gadgets. You got like the freeze bomb. You got the you got that fucking gun that fucking it electrocutes doors open and shit like that. There's like a lot of dope features in Arkham City that weren't in Arkham Asylum. And I heard Arkham City's the best game, and it looks dope, bro. And I really like it. I just really like it. And Catwoman's in it. She's fine as fuck. You know what I mean? Catwoman was probably like the first comic girl or whatever that fucking like mesmerized me. Like, I just love her old get down. She got a whip. She kind of got like the skin tight gimpy suit shit going on. So I really dig that. And just a really sexy character. You know what I mean? You got Batman. He's just a fucking brute force of artillery, you know what I mean? And he don't got no guns. That's the thing, bro. Bro's coming out with the fists. You know what I mean? He's hitting combos like Street Fighter on fools and shit like that, putting fools to sleep with the chokehold and kicking fools in the face, throwing elbows and shit like that. So that's hard as hell. So I just love Arkham City. Arkham Asylum, overall, give it like a solid 8.1. And Arkham City, I'll give it a good 8.9. It wasn't like a super leap from Arkham Asylum, but it is overall just a better game. The Riddler challenges are way fucking harder too. Like, bro, what the fuck is this shit, bro? Like, the Riddler made it a point to not make it easy. You got to do all kinds of like solve puzzles and shit like that. So I really dig the game, is what I'm saying. What else are we gonna talk about? Talk about it. Okay, so I'm tired of new diss songs. The diss songs now are fucking trash, bruh. Like, I don't like them shits. It wasn't like before how like you had like tracks like No Vaseline, King of the Hill. What is it? No Rest for the Wicked. I think that was the Cypress Hill answer to King of the Hill that they were dissed by West Side Connection. But I was just listening to the game. The Black Slim Shady, the game diss, Eminem. This might be the worst diss track of all time. And there's a lot of diss tracks that aren't good, bruh. But literally, this song was like, what fucking game? What are you doing, bruh? It's literally a 10-minute song of the game imitating all of Eminem's like popular songs and shit like that. And I didn't really like the song, bro. I think 300 bars is better, but who's gonna listen to a 10-minute song, bro? Like, the replay value was so low. Literally, the game is just out here just getting the initial, you know, like, oh shit, the game dissed Eminem. Like, that's really all he really like got from it. Not that he was looking for it, but really all he got from that was like he dissed Eminem. Like, who hasn't dissed Eminem, bro? Everybody and their mamas dissed Eminem. So was it really like a big thing, bro? Like, I don't know why people are still like who cares about Eminem getting dissed, bro? Like, Eminem could pretty much out-rap anybody who disses him. And that's a fact, bro. But, I mean, rapping isn't always what it is. Like, you gotta make good songs. So if you could fucking rap 1,000,000 miles a minute, 100 million entendres, multi-syllabic shits, it really doesn't mean anything if the song isn't good. Like, that's what these kids with the new age rap, I shouldn't say kids, but like the new rappers are doing now. They're making like hit songs out of disses. You know what I mean? Drake's really good at that. He be fucking sneak dissing Kanye every hit he has. And I feel Drake really pioneered that shit, you know, of just dissing rappers with popular type beats in songs and shit and things of that nature. So I just hate diss tracks now. I really didn't like the Black Slim Shady song. But shout out to the game and Eminem anyway. I feel like they should mend whatever they got going on. It seems like the game has a problem with Dr. Dre and Eminem because he kind of dissed both of them when he dissed Dre on Drink Champs with the whole Super Bowl shit. And I feel like that's where a lot of it stems from. And also this track with Eminem. And I feel like the game could really be like when he started doing songs with Lil Wayne, he and Tyler the Creator with the Martians vs. Goblins. He really was at like the height of relevancy as far as like popular of like being known in like hip hop circles. Now I feel like the game is just at this point where he's just doing whatever to stay relevant, and he's just too talented to be that guy, that rapper, bruh. So game, come on now, you gotta come out like fuck these disses, fuck sneak dissing people, just start making great music again, bro. Hook up with Dr. Dre, or if you don't hook up with whoever, bro, and just make good music. Cause this whole dissing people and shit and being on Drink Champs and shit is not gonna get you nowhere, bro. And I love Game's music, and he's just too talented to be doing things like this. Not that it's bad or anything, but I just don't think it looks that good. He could be doing a lot more for his career and artistry, you know what I mean? He's too talented of a rapper to be doing this bullshit. So that's just how I felt on it. And he named his album Drillmatic. What the fuck does that mean, game? I haven't heard the album. I'm probably going to want to have to hear the album, but I said that about Joey's album, Beyonce's album. I never heard it, but it's just like, Drillmatic, bruh. I mean, we had Illmatic. I think someone came out with Trillmatic. If that's not an album, it's a brand or something. But I've heard Illmatic. There was Illmatic, Stillmatic. I heard Trillmatic, Drillmatic. Okay. The Illmatic shit is played out, bruh. Nas did it better than all of y'all, and stop, bruh. Nas is the only one who could really do that shit. The rest of y'all is kind of like, unless you get Nas on a song. Or you get Nas's blessings, you know what I mean? Then it's kind of like a different thing, a different level. But y'all really got to stop with this shit, bro. Like, stop making like the Barter 6, Drillmatic, you know what I mean? Beyond a reasonable doubt of fucking doubtness or whatever this shit is called. Like that y'all try to remix. Stop remixing the shit, bro. What happened. Just let it go. Let greatness be as great. Only built for links of Cuban fucking society. Stop. Just stop. Let the classics be you don't see nobody coming out, exit the 36 flavors or nothing like that, bro. Like, you don't see people coming out with Froggy style or some shit. Like we all know what y'all doing, bro. Just stop. Please stop. It looks weird. It looks bad on you, and it just makes me want to listen to the real shit. Oh, you made Froggy style, I'm gonna listen to Doggy style. You exit the 36, I'm gonna listen to Enter the 36. So it's like, y'all rappers that do that shit, just stop that shit. Zip that shit closed and start up with some new fresh shit, bruh. Even when people do part 2s and sequels to these shit, like, unless it's a real sequel, like me, the Dog on Riverside Drive, I didn't fully flesh out the album idea on the first one. On the sequel, we actually did talk about dogs. I did actually talk about Riverside Drive. I did actually talk about things that pertain to the first Dog on Riverside Drive. These other fucking part 2s and 3s and 4s, y'all making anthologies and trilogies of these albums that have nothing to do with the original. Stop, please. Just stop. Fucking makes no sense. My opinion. So we get in a new Wednesday Addams Family movie. It looks good. Luis Guzman. I forgot the other chick. She's like really popular in Latina in the actor world or whatever. So I'm really looking forward to that. I wish I had much more to speak on, but I'm just proud of my raza out there. Hopefully we get a full Chicano cast for the Addams Family the next time they redo it, because they've been doing Addams Family movies since like the 50s, bro. The Addams Family reunion, the Addams Family meets Medea's family in jail or whatever the fuck it is. So they're always gonna come out with a new, like a reboot of something, especially if it's good. They never leave popular culture type shit alone. Go figure, right? Irv Gotti was on Drink Champs, and I really didn't want to talk about this, but here we are. So Irv Gotti was basically talking about Ashanti, saying that she wanted to buy her masters back, and Irv said no. She wanted to basically remake a bunch of her songs that were classics already, and he said no. And he was kind of like saying like, oh, the bitch and all that. He didn't say Ashanti's a bitch, but he's like, oh, the bitch did this or the bitch said that or something. And Ja Rule checked him. He's like, bro, don't call her a bitch. You know what I mean? She's a lady or whatever he said. And I think that's kind of like foolish. You know what I mean? Irv Gotti got more sense to be calling Ashanti a bitch, because that's very disrespectful, bro. Like, you really shouldn't be calling women bitches unless they really deserved it. Like, unless they like framed you for something you really didn't do and have like your whole family think you're like a maniac or something like that, then that's a bitch right there. If a girl steals from you, keys your car, that's a bitch right there. But if a girl really just left you, you know what I mean, when nobody knew you had a public relationship, if a girl just wants to buy her masters back and you had to sign her away when she contractually had more albums that she owed you, that's not really a bitch, bro. That's just business. If you signed Ashanti off of your label and now you mad about it, bro, like, are you fucking stupid? I'm not saying you stupid, bro. I'm just saying like, are you like really upset that you made a decision that you yourself made, and Ashanti wants her masters back, like, bro, just tell her the price. And if she don't want to pay it, oh well, bro. But you don't gotta call her a bitch. You don't have to fucking explain to the world how y'all had a relationship, y'all had kids on the way, or whatever the fuck it was. Cause that shit is messy, bro. That shit's tasteless. And I feel like, Irv, you just wildin', bro. Just relax. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious, fucking Irv. So just relax, bro. Just because your artist named Gotti don't mean you gotta play like Gotti. You know what I mean? In real life. Just relax with that shit, bro. I've been seeing that this weed, I don't smoke weed anymore, obviously. It's actually going to be 10 years. I mean, 10 years, I wish. It's going to be 10 months. Next week. We're going to do 10 months sober. So the weed I've seen on Twitter, they've been spraying it with like chlorophyll and these chemicals and shit like that if you put it with water, you can see all the dye coming out. So it looks like it's purple, but it's really not. That's fucking scary, bro. I'm like, what the fuck are like people really doing now with their fucking marijuana consumption? I mean, with the marijuana game, like they're just putting whatever in it, making it 1,000% THC, so you fucking get high and never come down from that shit. I really don't understand what it is. Like, the kids, they still doing Molly, they still doing Xans, they still smoking weed with sticks and stems and that shit. So I don't know what it is everybody else is doing. I don't participate in intoxicants anymore. Not even drink, not even nothing, bro. I'm straight lion's mane mushroom and water, baby. Getting the anti-inflammatories in the body, anti-respiratory, fucking derogatory and all that shit. So yeah. Be careful with the weed, man. Be careful with anything, bro. Just make sure you know what the fuck you're doing. Just with anything, bro. Just look out for yourself, your health, your wealth. Because health is wealth. And you don't want to end up with your fucking heart on the shelf in some Korean's room like Squid Games. And just going back to mending relationships and shit like that. I just think it's dope when you could just patch shit up with whoever you have problems with. Like, I never had problems with my cousin or nothing like that, but it was just really dope to hear him call me, and he reached out. So that's how I know he really wanted to talk to me, because he like never, like, he's been years, like he's called me before, but it's been years since he's called me. So it was just really dope that he called me. We chopped it up, and we're gonna get busy again. I really like the whole, like, yesterday after he called me, it was just kind of like a weight lifted off my shoulders, you know what I mean? Because I deal with a lot of shit, bro. Like, just personally, privately, and all that shit in my life that I just deal with. So that was one of the main things that I was like, we finally got on the same page, and we're going to do some work. So I was just really, I just had to go back to that. You know what I mean? Okay, so Swamp Stories needs to chill. There's this dude, Swamp Stories. He digs up all the beefs everywhere, from the Bakersfield beefs, the In-N-Out beefs, the fucking beef tacos at Taco Bell, and their problem with Bakers and Jack in the Box tacos. What these YouTubers, man, they be fucking getting every tweet, every fucking Instagram story, everything, every newspaper article, and they putting these shits together, and they're not from these streets, bro. Like, you could tell Swamp Stories is like from Wisconsin or something like that, Hawthorne, and he's just digging up like not even really facts, but just what's been documented around these beefs between gangs and shit like that. And y'all should stop. Y'all should really just chill. But that's where we are with the internet, bro. Everyone wants to be from a gang on the internet. Everyone wants to portray themselves a certain way, and a lot of what's going on is a lot of YouTubers are digging up gang shit and just making it easier for the police to do their investigative work and shit like that. That's some borderline snitch shit, in my opinion. Where in the streets, you're not even really supposed to talk about what goes on in the streets. Like, if it happened, bro. You're really not supposed to go around yapping your mouth about, a shooting, a murder, a stabbing, shit like that. It's really, like, you're not supposed to go out openly and talk about it, let alone make a fucking YouTube video about it. You know what I mean? So Swamp Stories, you just gotta chill, bro. I really don't fuck with. And that dude Trap Lord Ross, like, he makes hour-long videos about fucking people dying and shit like that, and I don't like that shit, bro. I really don't. I'll watch that shit at one time and just be like, man, just to be up on it, you know, like, wow, like, that's what these fools are doing. These white people in their fucking gamer chairs and shit like that. They just want to dig up all kinds of shit that have no business being a part of. If you have no business being in it, just shut the fuck up. You know? Ain't nobody tell you talk too much. You're doing too much. You know what I mean? Stop fucking tattling all the goddamn time and shit like that. So Swamp Stories, Trap Lord Rock, whoever you are that you know, you're not. I mean, maybe you don't know. I'm going to tell you right now, stop doing this shit. Stop with these YouTube videos. Because what's going to happen is you're going to talk shit about fucking one of these gangs, and you're gonna be in that area, bro. And say, hey, aren't you that guy, Swamp Story? Oh man, you know, I'm just fucking Kevin Costner. I'm just this actor and shit. No. Then we're gonna really see what the fuck is good. And then you're gonna make a whole YouTube video about getting pressed and Crenshaw, wherever the fuck you've been talking shit about these people about. Because these are real lives you're talking about. And I feel like Academics, you really fucking fucked this up for a lot of shit. Because Academics wants to talk about Chirac and all these streets he's not a part of, bruh. And he wants to be like, oh, this is just journalism. No, it's not journalism. You're not a journalist. You're just a fucking, shithead motherfucker who's on camera recording himself talk or recording his voice and talking about this shit, and you got no business talking about this shit. So I really gotta put the blame on Academics, because he openly talk about this shit, pioneered the gang shit talking, and you gotta be careful, bruh. I mean, really, it just takes one person to be upset and to do something about it. And I'm really sure one of you fucking motherfuckers out here that's talking shit, you're not really gonna like that one person doing something about it, bro. And I'm just letting you know, I'm not threatening y'all. I'm not trying to, but I'm trying to put it in perspective, bro. When you talk about the streets and you go about the streets is gonna tell you, bro, that wasn't cool, bro. I'm telling you right now, that shit ain't cool. Because I know for a fact, if you go around and you start talking about these 13 hoods and you end up in a 13 hood, it's not going to pan out for you, bro. It's really not. Just know who you dealing with, bro. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to talk way too much about it. Long talk y'all to death. I just wanted to talk about a few things this week. Special Forces, I'm going to probably play one or two tracks off the album to end it off. You know what I mean? It's a really dope album I made with Dajamah beats. I'm going to put the Dajamah link on there on the description so you know. But, you know what I mean? There ain't really much to say besides this is the God's hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We getting it on the north side. South side, west side. Hey yo, 9 slide when I'm down the ride. Posted on corners, you pussies gon' hide. Out in the trenches, the pot go by. Whipping up water and turning the pot. Go time with my blicky all summer. All of us gon' run up the numbers. Most of y'all can't run up for nothing. Stay counting up hundreds and fuck up the function. Scared on my side. Bitches get piped and I say my goodbyes. Kicking your door waving the 9. I'm kicking your door while I'm waving the 9. 9 slide when I'm down to ride. Posted on corners, you pussies gon' hide. Out in the trenches, the product go by. Whipping up water and turning to pie. Gold time with my blicky all summer. All of us gon' run up the numbers. Most of y'all can't run up for nothing. Stay counting up hundreds and fuck up the function. Fuck it up. Scared on my side. Bitches get piped and I say my goodbyes. Kicking your door, waving the 9. I'm kicking your door while I'm waving the 9. She all on my job. Take bitty bitches, give nothing but ties. Steady been raining for 50 a pop. Dick it down dizzy daily, got the props. I'm sick of the boasting, posting them pics up on Insta, you joking. I steady been owning them cities, you silly, I really been chosen. Up on the Ave, coke by the bags, bundles and bundles of rags. Sell out my stash, perping the hash, get my bitch a Birkin bag. You really on whole shit, focused on breaking the bank with explosives. Sipping down Henny, my semi is loaded. Heavy we smoking, plenty with motion. Drank by the pound, shoes colored penny with plenty too many to count. I'm banging the South, burning the house. Fuck on your bitch while I spit on her mouth. You know what I'm bout. Serve a belly, heli give you the clout. Glock on my side, hunt for my prize. This about to be a homicide. 9 slide when I'm down to ride. Posted on corners, you pussies gon' hide. Out in the trenches, the product go by. Whipping up water and turning to pie. Gold time with my blicky all summer. All of us gon' run up the numbers. Most of y'all can't run up for nothing. Stay counting up hundreds and fuck up the function. Scared on my side. Bitches get piped and I say my goodbyes. Kicking your door, waving the 9. I'm kicking your door while I'm waving the 9. 9 slide when I'm down to ride. Posted on corners, you pussies gon' hide. Out in the trenches, the product go by. Whipping up water and turning to pie. Gold time with my blicky all summer. All of us gon' run up the numbers. Most of y'all can't run up for nothing. Stay counting up hundreds and fuck up the function. Scared on my side. Bitches get piped and I say my goodbyes. Kicking your door, waving the 9. I'm kicking your door while I'm waving the 9. It's